All right, friends, that is what we call blossom end rot. And some of the big channels will not show you these kind of things because they don't want to think that they have imperfections in their garden. But I'm gonna show you that I do, because I believe integrity and accountability is important. And I'm going to show you how to fix this. Stay with me now. Hey friends, welcome back to Prepping with Sarge. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about blossom end rot and how to fix it. Now, the important thing to remember is, especially when you're starting out gardening, we're all going to have some problems in the garden. We're all going to have some pests. We're all going to have some diseases. Some of the big channels do not show you that. Some of the big Instagram garden channels do not show you their mistakes. They only want to show you their perfection, because it's good for the crowd to show you that the most perfect tomatoes, the most perfect peaches. But the reality is there's a huge learning curve to gardening. We're all going to get some pests. We're all going to get some diseases. And it's just a matter of, kind of figuring out how to solve some of those problems, figuring out what grows in your area and that kind of thing. Now, with blossom end rot, most commonly, that's some loud heat bugs, folks. Let's give that a second. All right, there it goes. It's dying down. All right, with blossom end rot, the most common reason for blossom end rot is calcium deficiency. So there's two ways you can solve this. You can solve this with chemicals, or you can solve this the natural way. I'm going to show you a chemical product that I use that does work. I'll drop a link for that in the description down below if you want to use my link. Of course, I'll get a small commission. I really appreciate it. It's one of the ways you can help out the channel. If you want to do it the natural way, what I would say is I recommend that you save your egg shells, and just start cleaning them out, crushing them up, pulverizing them. If you have a coffee grinder, you can put them in the coffee grinder. If you have a mortar and pestle, you can crush them up that way. Save those coffee shells, save those eggshells. Sorry, the heat bugs are throwing me off, folks. Save those eggshells and just start burying them into your soil. Best time to do that, of course, is before planting season, but you may discover that you have blossom end rot after you've started planting. So you can do it that way as well. But I'm going to show you this chemical product next. Be right back. All right, so folks, this is one product that I have used and I like a lot. This is calcium nitrate by Envy. Again, I will drop a link to that in the descriptions down below. If you want to use my link, I'll get a little commission. Appreciate that. So all you're going to do, there's two ways you can do this. You can actually mix this with water and do an application that way. Or what I'm going to do today is we're going to put about a teaspoon around each plant at the base. What you want to do, I'm going to show you here in just a second, is you're going to dig, like, I'll try to get in here and zoom a little bit. Let's see how you get rid of that leaf there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to dig down and make like a circle all the way around that plant there. Okay, you don't want to get it so close to the stem that it's actually touching. You want to be like just a couple inches out away from that. And I'm going to pour about a teaspoon of this stuff around the base of that, and then I'm going to cover it back up with the mulch, and then I'm going to water it. And that's pretty much it. You come back in about 2 weeks and you're going to do that again. All right, folks, so this is what it looks like. All right, it's like little grains of like pretzel salt. It's kind of what it looks like. It's not pretzel salt, obviously. And then all you're gonna do is about a teaspoon. Just try not to get it too close to the stem. We're just gonna put it around there, right? And then, again, if you don't want to use chemicals, that's okay. A lot of people don't. It's up to you. So you can do this with eggshells if you want. But I'm just going to show you the way that you can do this with a product that I like. And I don't mind using a little bit of chemicals in my garden. We're going to do the same thing with this tomato plant. There you go. I hope you all are having a great day out there. And remember, the other thing about supporting your small YouTubers, the small YouTubers are the ones that generally will answer all the comments. The big channels, they get to a point where it's almost impossible for them to answer questions and respond to comments. So just take that into consideration. I know the algorithm's going to tend to show you the big channels first, but remember to support your little guys out there. And speaking of which, if you enjoyed this, if you found it helpful at all, please consider subscribing. Give me a like, thumbs up, share to your friends. Let me show you one more thing before we call it a day. All right, last little tidbit here. If you get a tomato like this that has just a little bit of blossom end rot, you absolutely can eat this. We recommend that you cut off that tip and then a little bit beyond the end there. Just go ahead and cut it off, and the rest of it is edible. Do they have a little bit loss in taste? Yeah, in my experience, they're not quite as good, but that's kind of what you would expect from a little bit of a nutrient deficiency. It's still perfectly edible. Throw a little bit of salt and pepper on there, you're gonna be good to go. If it's very, very heavily rotted on the bottom, I'd say go ahead and toss it far from your garden, toss it far from your compost pile, because you don't want that kind of getting back into the soil. Again, the primary problem seems to be, in most cases, calcium deficiency, but there are a couple other things that can cause this, like such as too much nitrogen can be another possible cause. Usually it's a calcium deficiency, all right? I hope this was helpful. Again, if you enjoyed my content, please consider subscribing. I really would love to have you as part of our audience. I do all kinds of preparedness videos, including gardening, including foraging, including medicinal plant. Love to have you be a part of all that. If you're new to the channel, comment down below. Let me know that you're new to the channel. I like to get to know my audience as I grow. Really appreciate it. Keep planting your seeds, keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Salvaging.